This is a morning musing I have not really been wanting to make because it goes deep into my most vulnerable place, surrounding the topic of sexuality, and in my individual case, the topic of heterosexuality. I know I'm gonna fumble and bumble around on this one, so please bear with me, but it is something I need to talk about in the quest of understanding myself and expanding acceptance. For most of my life, even sometimes today, I ask the question, wondering what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? And why do we ask such a question? I think there's a problem with the question. Because we ask that question because we compare with the collective norm that has been culturally and traditionally formed over millennia. We're always comparing ourselves, trying to fit with the norm of the collective, what is commonly accepted. And when we find ourselves falling outside of that norm, and that is everybody, it's just that most people stay living in the closet and keep hiding their skeletons and fit in to the norm. But the question is wrong. We should never have to ask ourselves what is wrong with me based on comparing to what is commonly accepted. Because what is commonly accepted has been formed and forged by means of persecuting what is not commonly accepted and considered as weird and out of the norm. We're just now beginning to overcome the fear of accepting our unnormal, of not being the norm. And of course, I have my own struggle with that. So all my life, I have asked myself, what is wrong with me? Because I don't seem to fit the mold. And my issue, and I'll say it up front, I am the product of my environment. My upbringing created me to be who I am today. And my issue is my struggle with heterosexuality. I've never given myself the label of homosexual, but I have never felt an attraction to the opposite gender. In general, I haven't felt sexual attraction to either man or woman, male or female. It's just something that sexuality just was something that I did not have a good role model of it. And that is where my whole quote unquote problem, if it's perceived by society as a problem, stems from. I had a horrible male role model in my dad. which has cast a shadow of toxic maleness for me. I mean, so many bad things are associated with maleness in my psyche that, frankly, I want nothing to do with masculinity, maleness. It's brought me nothing but pain and discomfort, and it's a natural response to move away from things that cause us pain, whatever it is. I seem to have had a lot of pain in my life. Pain from that aspect, pain from religion, which just compounded the first aspect, and which just caused me to be one really screwed up human being. But instead of viewing myself as screwed up, I have to find acceptance of myself in my screwed up, unique formation that I have become. Now, is my goal to heal that toxicity and to accept it back into my life? No. Honestly, that is not my goal. My goal is to find acceptance for myself, not for what everyone else accepts, but acceptance for myself as I am. And it's just like, if I seek healing from religion, and when I'm really healed, do I need to go back into that to prove that I'm healed? No, absolutely not. In fact, I'm moving on from that. I'm not looking back to that. I don't have to prove to anyone, not even to myself, that I have healed from a problem. I don't think it's about that at all. And I probably will not heal to the point that I'll ever move towards a heterosexual relationship. I've moved on from that. I just have to find acceptance within myself, and not view myself as screwed up, broken. These things are just emphasized by constantly comparing to what is acceptable in the collective. And I don't think we have to do that. Especially, I do need to point this out, especially if our choice does not cause harm to another human being or another creature, even in the animal world. We are to cause harm to no one, and mostly not to ourselves, by engaging in what is unnatural to us, unnatural to me. It's unnatural to me to try and find nurturing from a toxic male, from toxic masculinity, because that is all I know. And I just don't try to seek healing or nurture from there. Ironically, I have found healing, profound healing and acceptance, virtually in the arms of a woman. And that's where my soul, my wounded soul, has felt at home. So, yeah, I don't have to prove whether I'm healed or not. I just have to accept what it is. And so, no, I'll probably never move towards the past, move towards the shadows, and just have to accept myself for who I am. And it's not that I, would seek the homosexual relationship. Like I said, I've never really been into the whole sexuality dynamic, because I am a whole being. It's not healthy for me to engage my body, just my body, in the activity of sexuality. But in my whole being, it's got to be body, mind, soul, and heart, and that has to find alignment on all 4 levels. And I have only ever experienced, the closest I've come to that is in a relationship with a female. So, this recording is difficult for me to make because, I'm having to shine the light inside. But I don't want to live in the shadow world, in the closet with my skeletons. And I have to acknowledge to myself that I am okay, that I am acceptable to myself. I don't have to be acceptable to the world or to anyone else, because I'm the one that has to live with myself, and I will do that according to how I will feel and experience the most peace and alignment within me.